Okay, well, we turned the garden into a goat pen, and now we're turning the goat pen back into a garden. Step 1 is removing all trash and black plastic. This black plastic, I'm assuming was a weed barrier, was here when I got here. And I'm sure that plastic is a very effective weed barrier, but I am anti-plastic as much as possible. I'd prefer to use cardboard or mulch, or I don't really know. I haven't really crossed that bridge yet, but I do know that if I can avoid plastic, I will. I don't want to contribute to adding microplastics to the soil. In case you aren't aware, plastic is a major endocrine disruptor, which means it disrupts our hormones, and obviously it disrupts the natural balance of an ecosystem of the earth. We don't want microplastics in our water, in our soil, in our food. So even the water that's watering the garden is flowing through these plastic tubes. And maybe we can't eliminate plastic completely from our lives, but we can make conscious choices to use less plastic when possible. Hi, Ronan. You want mommy?
Yeah.
Do you see some stuff growing? Are you just chilling in the garden? Yeah. Step 2 is to completely ungarden the garden and remove all the overgrown weeds and grass and plants that I don't know what they are, and discover little things growing like carrots. Yummy! Are you gonna eat it?
No.
No? Do you want to wash it off? And then are you gonna eat it or the fairies?
Both.
Both. Who do you have?
Dad.
You kitty.
Something.
Yeah, she's purring. She likes when you pet her. We also found some beets and potatoes, and Leia is gonna make a little feast for the fairies.
These are Queen's servants. And here's another one. Hey! What kind of potato?
It's a fairy potato.
No, but what?
See how tiny they are? You could feed the fairies with the carrots and potatoes. We could make a fairy stew. Want to? You could make a fairy stew in your tiny little crock pot.
She's mini. And there's a carrot. And a bunch of potatoes. Do I have to cook this?
There's a carrot right there too. Yeah, you can't eat it unless you cook it. Step 3 was to continue ungardening and working in the garden when I should have stopped and completely lose my mind. And you should go check out my video called Planting Seeds of Intention, where I talk all about that. It's a really sweet video. It's a lot more meditative and less vlog style like my normal content. So here we go. After step 3 of losing my mind, we were finally ready to plant our seeds. And look at Leia. She's planting some beautiful cut flower garden seeds in the back here. Some sunflowers and zinnias. And I got our root veggies in the ground. I got some radishes and carrots in the ground this time around. This was our first day really working in the garden after the goats had done their part. And as I mentioned, I kind of lost my mind a little bit. I had to reset and come back to it with fresh energy. And from that experience, I learned a big lesson. I talk all about it in that video, but what I don't say is that I had this vision of the garden happening kind of all at once. Like, the goats were going to do their thing, I was going to come in and weed everything, and that was going to happen in, like, I don't know, an hour or two. But it actually is still happening. There's still beds that are not ready for seeds, and we're already in May. So this garden has been a huge lesson in time management, what I think I have available to me in terms of time, and then what I realistically actually have available to me in terms of time are two completely different things. I also learned that I can take it step by step and I can take it day by day. I had this vision of the garden unfolding immediately, and that didn't happen, and I kind of freaked out a little bit for a second until I regrounded myself and really started to apply this garden to my life's work and change the way I see everything. So now I'm approaching it step by step. I'm approaching each bed as I have the capacity to do so. And it's so metaphorical for life, you guys. Like, all we can do is approach each situation and each element that we face. All we can do is approach it with the capacity that we have available at the moment. And that's it. And now that I'm applying that to my garden, it's so good. It's so good. This is so good. I am really loving working in the garden. I'm really interested to see what happens. Like, do I get to harvest food from my garden this year? I don't know. But I am loving the process. Step 4 was planting seeds. Step 5 was accidentally combining all the leftover root seeds, which is kind of cool. I'm going to throw them into a bed together and see what comes up. Step 6 is to cover the soil. I worked so hard to uncover the soil and dig up all that grass just so that I could go back out to the yard and cut more grass to throw back where I tore it out of. It's amazing. Honestly, this is just my attempt at mulching without spending any money and trying to keep the soil covered up until I can see the little sprouts. Once I see the little sprouts, I think I will get excited and go buy some mulch. But this works for now. It looks pretty great. You let me know what you think. Do you think I'm crazy? You must. But maybe you're into it, and that's why you're here, listening to me. Well, there's the rest of the beds that I haven't gotten to all the way yet. Really interested to see what happens with this garden and with this park. Stay tuned for the following videos as I show you the transformation of this space. I call it the park because I plan to put a park here, but it's actually an orchard, and it is overgrown and needs to be mowed. So stay tuned for garden transformation and park transformation and how I do it. I'll give you a hint. I don't use the goats. They are naughty. Look at them eat my grapes.